Hey there everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a long time no see here on my channel. I have missed you guys. It's just I ran into a little bit of a creator's block and couldn't figure out what I wanted to DIY. But then I decided I just needed to get back into the swing of things, and I needed some end tables for my living room. So I thought I would make some and share them with you. I made 2 of them for around $50 and they are super easy to make. If you're new here and you like home decor and DIYs on a budget, stick around by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. All right, let's get started. So I got online and I searched for wood C side tables. I wanted this particular table so that way I could slide it underneath the arm of my couch. I could use it as a little side table for my laptop, for drinks, things like that. Then when I started looking them up, I realized they are kind of pricey. You could get some for as low as about $45, but then they ranged as high as $400 to $500. I think I saw one for like $1,000. So I decided I was gonna make my own, and then that way I would get something I knew I liked anyways. So I went ahead and measured the side of my couch where the table was gonna be. I measured the height, I measured the width that was going to be across the side of the couch, and then I also measured the length. And then I also measured, because I know you can turn these tables on their side, so I also measured on the side, so I kind of had an idea of what it would look like. And then I went to Home Depot. So at Home Depot, I picked up 2 of these 1 by 12 by 6 foot common boards for $12.33, and I picked up 2 to make 2 of these side tables. And then to hold them together, I picked up these trim head screws. They have smaller heads, so I could hide them a little bit easier. Then I didn't film me cutting these, unfortunately, but I cut them. I have 2 measured at 24 inches tall, and then I have 4 boards measured at 16 inches tall, and I cut them with my miter saw, but you can use a circular saw or jigsaw, that would work fine too. So next I went ahead and took one of the 24-inch boards and one of the 16-inch boards, and I'm just going to lay that 16-inch board right up against that 24-inch board on its side. And then I did get a triangle to make sure everything was square and at 90 degrees as best as I could. So I put that down, and then I added some glue. This is optional, but I like to add some glue to my wood pieces just to make sure it has a good hold. And then I used the screws, and I did 3 screws. I did 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and then 1 in the middle. And you definitely want to make sure you use 3 screws so that way it holds up nicely. And then I did the same thing to the other side, just making sure everything was square and wiping away the excess wood glue. And you definitely could add, I've seen where they added like a middle piece on the inside for more support, but since this is going to be over my side of my couch, the arm of my couch, I didn't think that was necessary, and it was pretty sturdy after I got everything put together and screwed down, so I didn't really have to worry about it. So once I did that, I did the same thing with the other table, and then you can see here I'm turning it over. You can put it on its side, or you can flip it up and have it as a C side table like this. Next, I went ahead and filled the holes with some wood filler that I had. You can use wood glue for this too, but wood filler works a little bit better, so that way you don't have to keep filling the hole once it sinks down in. I let the wood filler dry for a couple hours, and I made sure to get the natural color wood filler so that way I could stain it. And then I took my mouse sander and I used 80 grit sandpaper, and then I just went around and sanded everything and kind of rounded out the edges of everything so that way everything would be smooth and not jagged and nice and neat. You could definitely use just regular sandpaper and do this by hand or use a sanding block. but it's just a little bit easier with this sander. You just got to put the elbow grease into it if you use some sandpaper or a sanding block for this. And I did make sure that I did the inside of the table as well, just to make sure everything was nice and smooth for the stain. And then when I went to stain this, I used this Varathane Early American stain, which was the same stain I used for the top of my coffee table, if you saw that video. If you didn't, check it out because it's a pretty cool coffee table. But I stained both of these with this stain, except for after I did this first table, I ran out of stain and I went to the store to go get the same brand of stain, the same color, and I stained the other one and it was a completely different color. Early American was definitely not this red. So I don't know what happened. I didn't mix the stain or anything. So I have to sand down the other table and restain it. So you won't see that one finished in this video, but that's okay. After the stain was dry, I waited about 24 hours for it to dry. I sprayed it with this water-based polyurethane spray that I got from Home Depot, and I just sprayed it down really good, and if I had some excess in spots, I wiped it with a brush. And then that was it. I brought it inside after it was all dry, and I put it on the side of my couch. I absolutely love how this turned out. It is perfect for holding a cup of coffee. Like I said, you could have a laptop on it, you can have a book on it, and here is the other part. You can turn it on its side and use it this way as a long side table if you wanted to. You can even put some storage underneath there, like a little basket with a blanket or some pillows or something like that. So I just love how this table turned out, and I made 2 of them for under $60. So it turned out perfect. All right, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.